legs underneath it. It's like you just need to be a little bit more proactive about protecting the physical body. You don't want to. It's a choice with helmets in Illinois and in Indiana. It's your choice. It makes no sense to have a helmet and not use it.
I agree with you 100%. You know what, Dan? Let's give everybody our Gmail address. 2 guys talking shit. So if you want to contact Dan or I and have any questions about motorcycles or real estate in Indiana or Illinois, contact Dan, and Dan will help you find a house or find a bike. And
I was just out in Plainfield. I just listed a house out in Plainfield, and it sold before I got home.
Cool. Hey, I was
just using internet strategies. I love that shit. I got to tell you.
Have you ever been to St. Joe's, Indiana?
I've been to St. John, not St. Joe's.
Because there's a guy who builds replicas of the Batmobile in St. Joe's, Indiana. And I was watching that
That might be a day ride.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where that's at, but they build the replicas of the Batmobile, and that look cool. For $200,000, my wife would kill me if I came home with a Batmobile.
It's hard to resell, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Not everybody wants a Batmobile.
And I have some sad news in the blues community. A guy named Bob Kastner, he was the founder of Delmar Records. He passed away at the age of 84, I think, or 85. When you go, he had a record store on Irving Park Road in Chicago. And if you ever wanted to go there, you go there and you talk to Bob and you buy a record, and Bob will sit you down for an hour and tell you about Buddy Miles or Buddy Guy, all the blues artists in Chicago. J.B. Huddle tell you stories. It was a good day trip. You spend their day, you buy it, spend $40, and Bob will tell you everything about the blues, Chicago blues stuff. It was really good. I just want Bob to rest in peace and let everybody know Bob was a great guy. I got to tell you a funny story. What happened recently? I got a phone call, and it was a scam. It was a scam. So it was if you don't talk to our people at FBI, I usually hang up. So I wasn't feeling kind of crazy. So I pressed the button and I talked to the person. I said, "Well, sir, I'm an FBI agent, so and so." I said, "Well, sir, please take me. Please take me. I have no money. Take me, arrest me. Where is your office? I'll come to your office right now." And then the guy just went click on me, and he hung up.
I like the play. I like it.
So, but you guys, if you're out there and someone calls you from the Social Security or FBI or something like that, if they're going to investigate you, they're going to send you a registered letter. So it's only a scam.
Yeah, they don't make phone calls.
They don't make phone calls. It's only a scam. So
the IRS actually advertises that they do not make phone calls.
Yeah. So so if you get a phone call like that, just hang up. I usually hang up, but I was feeling like to mess with somebody that day.
Let's play with them. Yeah. So, you waste my time, I waste yours.
Oh, and everybody, I'm going to tell you guys, I have a book on Amazon called Sky Show. When I was working at the airport, I would 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I would just take my camera and take pictures of the sky. So if you want to see some good sky pictures, and check it out on Amazon. And check us out.
There you go.
And we'll be on Amazon, too, on their podcast network soon. I'm working on that right now. So if you have any ideas for shows, let Dan and I know. And
yeah.
We're
just 2 guys talking shit. We can talk shit about anything,
Oh, yeah, and you know what? We forgot to wish Dan a happy birthday. It was his birthday last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. It was. I think it was closer to 3. Because
we haven't been on a show for a while, so I
had a recovery period.
It's good to have a recovery. So, how was your birthday? Did you play any poker? Did you?
Well, I didn't have any plans for my birthday, and about a week before, I'm thinking, shit, this one's like one of those red letter birthdays. And I've always, as a real estate broker, every day's another work day. Another birthday's just another day. I've weathered the storm on birthdays pretty well. I mean, I could have embraced it more, but it hit me like a week before that I'm turning 60, and that's like, one of those big deal days or whatever, I guess. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm going to turn 60 in Indiana right now. If I do nothing, I'm going to turn 60 in Indiana. And that just didn't sit right with me. It almost seems like you're under-celebrating yourself. So I decided to call my boss and say, hey, boss, I'm going to take a weekend. I'm going to go to Vegas. I want to turn 60 in Vegas. She said, go have fun. And the first thing I did was start looking at flights. They were easy enough. And the next thing you know, I'm in Vegas. So I was able to hook up with some of my family from Phoenix. My brother and my mom came out. We had a couple of days there with my mom and my brother, and that was cool. It was nice to be with family for my birthday. But it's Vegas, so I played hard. I played hard. I came home sick as a dog with stomach. It was true food poisoning. I ate a bad sub out of a gas station when I should have taken the gas station sushi instead of the gas station sub, but it was just like right there. So and you know what the sub's name was?
No, tell me.
It was a Big Daddy submarine.
Oh my God!
That's why I bought the sandwich.
For the other podcast, check us out on Big Daddy Blues Radio. We just did a special on Three Kings, Albert King, Freddie King, and BB King. So, and that's really it. Oh yeah, the song we opened up was one of your favorite songs. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Black into Blue. I forgot to tell you that.
I was on YouTube yesterday, and I had no idea that they had a category for songs you've liked. And it's like, wow, I wonder what I've liked. And I went all the way down to the bottom, and Kenny Wayne Shepherd is one of the first. That song was one of the first songs I liked on YouTube. I don't know how long ago it was. Wow. But I'm looking through all these older songs. It's like, holy shit, I remember when this, and I'm going through this. I miss live music. That's what it brought me to. I just miss live music. I'm going to be stacking up on concerts this year. You watch me, brother. You watch me.
I miss live music, too. I haven't been to a concert in a long time. And when the coronavirus hit, everything got closed down. I mean, really, everything got closed down. I mean, now... borders, states, countries. It got crazy. It's crazy enough to cancel Motley Crue's tour this year. They canceled last year's tour and moved it to this year. They just canceled it and moved it to next year so that they can honor the ticket sales. Wow. At this point, I'm not in the mood to wait until 2022 to see Motley Crue. I want to see these fuckers right now, and I didn't know. You can't cancel another. But there's a lot of acts that are not canceling this year. The Revivalists are going to be out. I think they're doing 2 days in Chicago and not down here, and that's fine. I'll drive up and go see them. But there are groups that are touring, and I would like to encourage everybody, if you're not vaccinated, wear a mask. Just go back to live music. Let's get back to live music again. These guys took a beating last year. If you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. Don't be a jackass and wear a mask. I mean,
it's like religion. Keep that shit to yourself.
I'm sorry to say that, but
oops, was that out loud?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of jackasses walking around, and I mean, I've seen them, and it's like, wear a mask. Just give me 6 feet away. That's what I say to people. Give me 6 feet away. But that's it. I know I should say more.
I'm careful. Even though I didn't feel good coming back from Vegas, I still wore masks around my clients because I wasn't quite certain if it was beyond food poisoning. Like maybe I did catch a little bit of COVID on the flight over there, because I don't know these people on this airplane. Yeah. I mean, I wore a mask and everything. I did everything. I was diligent. I'm being careful, but I'm also being cognitive of others. I had a bad 2-3 weeks. I had one thing after another on that trip. But I got to tell you, I like saying I turned 60 in Vegas and it took me 3 weeks to recover. It just tells you a long story right there alone.
That's a good thing. I just want to know. Hey, did you win any money or anything like that? I mean,
Yeah, I took about $600 in cash, paid for everything, and came home with $600 cash.
oh, that's good. That's good.
So everything that I won, oh God, I was sitting at 100 play poker video machine, and if you wanted to play 100 hands, it was like a $5 pull. And it's like, ooh, I'm living big. I'm going to put in 100, and I put 100 in because that's all I had on me at the time. And I'm like 4, 5, 6 pulls into it, and I'm down to like $80 already. It's like, oh God, another machine I'm going to have to chase. And the next hand it draws me, I maxed it out, and the next hand it draws me, it gives me a king, 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 jack. I'm looking at this going, all right, 4 kings times 100, because I was playing 100 times play. It's like, oh shit, this is going to be a big one. So I hold the 4 kings and I let the jack go, and it comes up deuce, whatever. But I hit 104 of a kinds for a $5 pull, won $100 on one pull.
Well, that's good.
And I think that's what paid for my Giordano's and all the other crap that we were. I mean, I ate like a pig. I mean, I was like, my feet hurt within 12 hours. I could have sworn I was coming back with basketballs for feet, and no blisters or anything, just really sore. I really did overdo it, and I really did drain every second out of that trip, and I'm glad I did it. So if you're thinking about a last-minute trip and something comes up with you and says, I really need to do this, follow that instinct, because it can't be wrong. It can't be wrong.
Can you do me a favor? Can you talk? I am having some sound difficulties on my end. So you're fine. I'm the one breaking up. So I want to fix this. Can you talk for a minute?
Yeah, I can tell you that I learned from Vegas that I don't go there often enough to see how it's changed. I did not know that that they're doing more timeshare like you would see in Florida than ever before. I didn't do any timeshare sits or anything. I'm not interested in that crap. It's not actually a real estate transaction. It's just it's a glorified lease, a waste of money. But I did find out that the Las Vegas Hilton is no longer the Las Vegas Hilton. I'm like, I wanted to go see the Elvis statue. When I went there back in the days, Elvis would greet you outside the Las Vegas Hilton as you pulled up to the valet. The Elvis statue was outside. He was right there. He's got his hand out. And it's like, you just touch his fingers, kind of like just do a finger touch there for luck, and you go on in. Well, I couldn't find the Las Vegas Hilton anywhere on maps. And I'm like, what the hell is this? It keeps pointing me to this thing called Westgate. It's like, screw this shit. I know where the Hilton is. You go up, Las Vegas Boulevard, and it's like down Tropicana. It's off one of the big ones. So I'm just on a journey. I got to rent a car. I might as well, have some fun. So I'm driving around. It's like, okay, there's the Hilton, and they're calling it the Westgate. I'm like, how do you lose the name Las Vegas Hilton to the thing called Westgate? So I go in there and, I'm checking it out. And I don't know if they sold it or if they transformed it, but it's all timeshare. It's all about timesharing there. Okay, well, it's a casino still. Let me go see the floor and let's see what kind of, what jumps out at me. And there's the statue. The Elvis statue is right there in the lobby, dead center, in all its glory. I stopped one of the timeshare girls. I stopped one of them and I go, can you take a picture? I had to get a picture of me in the statue again.
Can you hear me?
I drove around for like an hour. It's like, no, this is it. I took time out of my trip to go get a picture with the Elvis statue.
I'm back. Can you hear me now? I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I've heard you the whole time fine.
Before I was cracking up, so I don't know what's going on. So that's...
Yeah, just edit that stuff out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's okay. Well, we're live, so we're not going to...
We're a podcast. Whatever.
Yeah. Hey, what else? So let's do a pot talk. One of my favorite people, Jim Bellucci, has another He has a podcast.
Oh,
He has a podcast.
I'm glad you brought that up. I come out of the airport in Vegas, and there's this sign. It says,